This is going to be a quickie review on headphone I got at an office supply company called Ecko Volt, and it looks like that. And here is the box. Pretty normal retail box. Has some information on the side. It's pretty simple though. It is mostly plastic, has a metal headband, of course, which is necessary to maintain the strength and the proper clamping force. This is very comfortable, and clamping force is not excessive. Extremely soft ear pads. For a non-ear headphone, I'd say this is one of the better ones. The cable is a flat ribbon, about 4 feet. Has the smartphone extra connector, and it has the one-button control here, which will start and stop and forward to next and previous tracks on smartphones. And so it's a really good cable. It's detachable. It goes into either side, and I believe this is a generic mini plug, so you could probably replace this cable with any generic double mini plug cable. When I first took this out of the box, the demo at the store actually did not have ear pads on it, so I couldn't listen. But it was priced at $70. So I got out my iPhone, I looked it up on Amazon, and Amazon had it for $46. The guy price matched it, so I bought it. So $46. Now there's a lot of decent headphones for $70. This had a buzz in the left cup on bass tones, and so I tapped it really hard here, and that made the buzzing go away. And but the buzzing came back, so I took the ear pads off, and then I pulled this thing off right here that attaches to the ear cups, and there was something loose inside. So I took the ear pad off the other side, and I pulled it apart there, and there was something loose inside there too. When I snapped these back on, the headband, and put the ear pads back on, from then on, the little rattles were still there inside, but no more buzzing in the sound. The sound seemed okay after that. And I was getting the proper bass, so I'm pretty confident that whatever was causing that buzz got fixed, at least for now. Range of adjustment on here is pretty good. I think I said it's something like a ½ inch smaller and maybe almost an inch bigger from where I wear it. So that's a very good range of adjustment. And I said it was comfortable, and had some pretty decent padding. And again, this is Ecko Ecko Volt VOLT, and I guess it's just another Chinese-made headphone. The sound, though, is going to be the interesting part. And here's my curve on the Ecko Volt right here. And I reduced the mid-range a little bit, around about 3 decibels, around 700 hertz and 300 hertz. And boosted the deep bass at 40 hertz by about 6 decibels. But the treble was quite different from most of my headphones. Now, I'm going to start by giving you an example of a number of different headphones that just have a really neutral sound. The SR325 is the Grado. It has a little emphasis at 2 kilohertz here, but the treble is, fairly minor discrepancies here. I boosted the bass a tiny bit at 40 hertz. And I should have something else in here. Let's see. Here's a headphone I got called a Zag, and I did a little bit of treble adjustments up here, and an adjustment to lower the upper bass right there. That wasn't too severe. Let's see, I should have. Here's the Philips S9500. This I got for $60. Not too much going on here. I did a little bit of a boost here at 6 kilohertz, which was weak on that headphone. and a little boost in deep bass down here. But that's a pretty darn good headphone for $60. This headphone here, I'm not going to tell you what name it is, but it costs over $1,500, and that's how it sounds. So, just because you pay a huge amount of money doesn't mean you get the best sound. And remember, these are all comparisons to each other and to a whole lot of different headphones. So anyway, going back to the Ecko Volt, this was pretty severe in the treble. I wound up with about a 20 decibel boost here at 5 kilohertz, back down at 6 kilohertz, fairly good boost at 7, and at about 11. But anyway, this thing is very deficient in the treble, and so that was necessary just to bring it up to a minimum hi-fi standard. That's not to make it sound bright, that's not to make it sound fully hi-fi, but that's just to get it up into the hi-fi ballpark. So the treble is very recessed on there. And the curve I did here, it's not ideal because with these other headphones, if I make minor corrections, it just cleans up the colorations and improves the sound stage a lot. And then you get the natural sound of that headphone, which is all of its qualities. And with kind of a moderate fix, EQ fix, in this particular case, I wouldn't recommend trying to EQ something like this to the extent that I did, because it's just too extreme and the resulting sound isn't going to be, completely hi-fi. But anyway, there it is, Ecko Volt, $70 retail, got it for $46. There's a lot of competition in that price range, so check it out. Thanks.